Hello, hello, hello. I know we're a little bit late today, little technical difficulties, but we're back. So I'm Marie Janae, I'm the creator of The Curvy Fashionista, and we're back with another Speaking of Curves. Now, I have a fun guest. Well, actually, there's two of them. They're sisters. They're joining us today, and we're going to talk a little bit about fashion, journey, business, pivoting, all those things in our Speaking of Curves Facebook Live. If you're unfamiliar, we do these lives every Thursday, and we invite different business owners. We invite different business owners, different guests to come on board, tell us a little bit about their business, and really talk about how we can support y'all, right? So as you're joining in, do me a favor. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If this is your first or second, or you tune in for every Speaking of Curves, and let's have a fun conversation. So our guests, there's two of them, are the creators behind Jolie Noir. Now you may know them individually, but together they've already launched, but they're really going to pivot into this athleisure collection that goes up to a 6X, y'all. So do me a favor and welcome the sisters behind Jolie Noir. Hello, ladies. Come on in. Hello. So thank you so much for joining and coming in and chatting with us and having some fun. So how are you guys doing?
We're good. How are you? Good.
It's a little warm. The weather's weird. It's not as cold as I was thinking. It's rainy. So it's a little, like, I find myself a little, like, hot. My nose is shiny.
We want the cold weather back.
Yes, I want
Give it back.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Incorrect.
So do me a favor. For those people who aren't familiar with the two of you, introduce yourself and introduce, like, your brand as well. Because you guys are like badasses individually. As sisters, you guys come together and have this amazing project. Tell us about yourselves, and then tell us about your project.
Okay. Well, I'm Keyondra. I am a two-time Stellar Award nominated gospel artist. I am also a #1 Billboard charting artist. That means that my song was the #1 song in the country over artists such as Marvin Sapp, Tamala Mann, and the list goes on and on. James Fortune, yeah. So not to brag, but like I'm an independent artist, so being here, I'm like, look, yes, I'm super excited about it. I just got my plaque, so look, I'm on a 10. I am, but
congratulations.
But I'm also a songwriter. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm a songwriter. I've written for artists such as Kiara Sheard, Brianna Bobineau, Crystal Aiken, which was the first BET Sunday Best winner. And I write for myself as well. So yeah, I'm really super excited about that. And my sister styles me. So that's a great segue into what she does.
Yeah, so I am a wardrobe stylist. Like Keyondra said, I do style her. And of course, I do personal styling. So I do both celebrities and just regular everyday clients. And I have a lot of fun with that. But I have kind of set that to the side a little bit, not picking as much, many clients up as much because of Jolie Noir, because it is such a new baby of ours. So I really don't wear that hat as much as, I would like to. And as, once she grows, I'll be able to kind of set that to, kind of let that be on autopilot. But as far as Jolie Noir does simply mean pretty black. Keyondra and I, we were looking for a name. We were the Red Glasses Sisters way back in the day. And that name was not marketable enough for us. We couldn't expand with it. It was very limiting. So we decided to branch off into, we dissolved that business and did, Jolie Noir. We are from Louisiana, so that is where the French name comes from, meaning just pretty black. And so that is how we got our name. We've always been into focusing on women's empowerment, and what better way to show that empowerment than to focus on Black women. So yeah.
Well, awesome. So funny thing, two things. You didn't say your name, so people need to know your name.
I'm Kim. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I want to make sure people know the both of y'all, right?
Yes.
So, and then two, like Kim and I, like we go back.
Yes.
I want to say like a few years.
Yes.
And I think, and then just watching you grow and evolve, and then coming together with your sister for this project, I was like, "What you doing over there? What is this?"
Everybody was like, "Girl."
Right. So, and then you also have, and so for those who don't know, like, what can we expect? And I'm imagining that what you have behind you are some of the pieces in your collection.
Yes.
Yes. So some of them are, yes.
Does that mean we'll get like a little like teaser? Are you going to show us some like fun pieces to expect? I mean, obviously, since you're showing it, right?
Yeah, we will.
And
actually, we have some of our
we have
pieces
some
on
things
now.
on.
Like I'm wearing it right now.
We have some unreleased things on right now, so we can definitely show you.
Awesome. So what can people expect with Jolie Noir? And the fact that you've launched a brand during the Rona is a very unique thing. We've had people who have completely pivoted during this coronavirus situation. We've had people like start a whole new job and a whole new business during the pandemic. And for you guys went like kind of full steam ahead. So before we go more into the collection, can you share a little bit about like the intentionality with that? Like why now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we had a really great opportunity to be able to do that right now. We started like 2 years ago with our company, but being that we had the partners that we have, Printful, which is one of the top leading printing companies in the world, we had them to help to push us to where we are during this whole pandemic. Like I think that because me and Kim, we work well together, we'd be able to do this, but we wouldn't be able to go as hard and heavy as we have without Printful. So we can't take all of the credit. They have really helped us to, push forward the way that we have. So, and I think what you can expect from us is for us to just continue to give what we've been giving, women's empowerment as it relates to, Black women, some really great and awesome pieces, and just, the sisterhood, which we have together, but we lend that to our following as well.
Yeah. So, and then also I just want to add on to what she was saying about, because we did a soft launch in 2018. Our soft launch was not as fabulous as we wanted to have
Not at all.
So, and then that's how normal things work, right?
We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real.
That's super normal.
I mean, that's what we need to do, because people need to understand, like, sometimes what you see is like part of the journey, and they take a pretty picture and think like, oh, they balling out of control. Like, girl, you don't even understand what it took to get
we got a little discouraged, okay? And then so, and of course, with her music career, we kind of focused on that a little bit more in 2018. And so we didn't actually do a hard launch until 2019 with our Girl with Tear and Girl with Hat t-shirt and sweatshirt combinations. And those are actually still our best sellers to date. So it was a really good, opportunity. The way that we even decided to kind of put all of our, eggs in this basket and really give it was because we saw that there were companies that were coming out with beautiful, graphic, highly illustrated tees that did not really include us and that did not include our size range. Okay, so like we were like, can I squeeze into it? The one Black girl, can I into that? So that's how we ended up doing that. And then we had such high hopes for 2020. We were like, we're doing this, we're doing that, like we can't wait, we're doing pop-up shops, all of these things at the end of 2019 that we had planned for 2020. But of course the pandemic happened. Yes. So we did have to pivot quite a bit. And, thankfully we actually were contemplating kind of shutting our doors for a while because we didn't know if Printful was going to be able to provide, and we love the quality of Printful. So we didn't want to do, local in Atlanta because they're our fulfillment as well. So Printful does our fulfillment. They do our printing. They do all of that. And so we were like, there's no other option. Yeah. There are other options, but there's not enough options. Our customers were used.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So for those of you guys who are just joining us, like I'm here with the creators behind Jolie Noir, the Locket Sisters, and they're sharing with us a little bit about their journey, especially here. And, we're listening to their pivot, kind of what led to their pivot to go harder in the paint and come with a new collection for this year. And especially kind of, a little bit about their journey. So Kim, like you were talking a little bit about like this pivot and kind of coming into 2020, and you had all the things planned. And we all have the things planned at the top of 2020. Then the world said pause. And what did you do from there? Like you had, even though you looked at your supplier, there you were like, okay, what y'all doing? What y'all working with? Y'all can keep going, and you kept pushing forward. So what did that look like? And as business owners, like what was going through your head?
Oh my gosh. I was afraid. I was really afraid because I was like, oh my goodness, we're just kind of picking up steam because we had just had a nice Christmas holiday, season. And we were like, oh my gosh, more people are finding out about us. But there was like a little glory in it. And it was an unfortunate series of events that really kind of gave us our push, if you will, and got us a lot more traction, which is like the George Floyd, the Ahmaud Berry, Breonna Taylor, all of those, events that took place that really put a lot of, spotlight on Black businesses. And so our customers, they're so amazing. They started, putting out, hey, like this is a Black business that you want to, support. Like we love their stuff, things like that. And of course we promote Black women. Obviously, they were going to, kind of stand for us for that. And so it was a lot of just shout outs and things like that really. So
your community encouraged you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is beautiful. So I have to point that out for any of our business owners here, because I know Tammy Joy, she's in here. She's here from Dallas. Tammy is a business owner, and like I know that we have other business owners who watch and to check in. So as a business owner, if you are like paying attention and listening to their story, their community, they leaned on their community helped inspire them, push them forward to really like drive that home. So continuing the conversation, so your community is inspiring you. You are learning about like, how far you could go with your range. What can we expect from this collection? Because I know that you guys have specified athleisure. Like, what can we expect with this collection, and what is like your uber favorite piece?
So my favorite piece, I'm going to start with that one first. My favorite piece has to be, and surprisingly to me, are the hoodies. Because and I don't like hoodies because you have to take them off your hair and all that kind of stuff like that, but they're so comfortable you don't want to take them off, in my opinion. I don't want to take them off. I will wear them like a sweatshirt, and people are like, well, it's getting hot. Well, I wear stuff like that all year round
with shorts. And you have plenty of people who wear hoodies and sweatshirts because
it gets cold. I'm a Cali girl, so I'm very much team sweatshirts and shorts. Like that's my I get it. So, and then Keyondra, what are your favorites?
My favorite would have to be the Unity collection, period. But out of that collection would be anything like the hoodie or the sweatshirt in Himalaya. That color is kind of like a salmon color. And I love pink. It's my favorite. But it's also like it complements brown skin. And hey, anything that works well with my skin, I like it.
Right. So what do we have behind you? Like what's behind you? Like what collection, what pieces are there? Because we need to see that. Like we need to know.
From here on is Jolie Noir. And so we do have the shorts
in Himalaya.
And no, the chai. We have the shorts in chai.
Oh, sure.
These shorts are super comfortable and super stretchy. Like, yeah, so they are. If you're a short girl, these are nice shorts. Like,
I'm short.
So I don't really like my shorts to go super short, and so these actually hit pretty good. I'm 5'9", and so
you're an inch taller than me.
Am I?
Just an inch.
So I'm not really taller than you at all.
Maybe I stand on my toes, maybe.
We have our shorts, and then we have our dad hats here too. Yeah. So these are some of our, like, this is one of our popular ones here with the puffed embroidery, the acid wash red.
Oh, you're taking it back, honey.
Yes, right. And then this one is distressed navy and orange, and it has noir babe. That's what we call our community, noir babes.
Yes.
And then we have pretty period,
which it is basically named after a sweatshirt and t-shirt series that we have, pretty period. So the sweatshirt says pretty for a black girl, and it's scratched out, but then at the bottom it says pretty period, because of course there's so many black girls who get told that, oh, you're pretty for a black girl, but no,
or you're pretty for a dark skinned girl, or pretty for all these qualifiers, and you don't need the qualifier. You just
pretty period.
Right, with pretty people, period. Right. Yeah.
And so I noticed that you have, is this a chocolate brown next to this pink color? Like, what's the shorts? Like, what color is that?
So we do. And so all of these come in. So we have sweatshirts, hoodies, shorts, and
joggers.
And joggers. Yes. Oh
and these are from the Unity collection.
Yeah.
So these are like a range of skin tone hues. Like,
So we have chocolate. We have the chai. We have almond, which is a really pretty, like, cinnamony kind of color.
My skin is like kind of like in the that I would be wearing the almond color. Is that
possibly, Yep. So the almond color would be probably anybody between you and us. So like a really good range. So yeah, we came out with 4 colors, and then Himalaya would kind of be just your fun pinky nude. It's not really a representation of a skin tone,
but really good on all of it.
But it looks great.
It's kind of it plays on the ranges.
Absolutely.
All right, and what about these jackets on the end?
These are not ours, but they've been featured in all of our shoots during the winter because we love coats.
But we do. It's funny because we have some things that we are working on because everybody loves our outerwear. So we are we're working on some things to try to.
You're working on some things. I love it. So will this so you referenced the Unity collection. Is it live, and if it's not, like, when can we anticipate?
The Unity collection is live.
Yep,
awesome.
It is live.
And so I'm gonna drop the URL so that people can support if they are curious about.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And so I have a couple more questions. So you say you go up to a 6X.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So is this a 6X towards 6X, or is this like a 6X, like 4 or 5-ish X? You know what I'm saying? From a size range perspective, like, what's equivalent? Like, what's a brand that's kind of equivalent?
So I would say, because so we go up to a 6X in our leggings. And I can stand up and show you our leggings as well. But we go up to a 6X in our leggings, and those are, if you are in between sizes, you can actually go down a size. So I would equate that to maybe more of a plus size, a true plus size. Our sweatshirts and t-shirts are unisex. So our basic line goes up to a 5X in sweatshirts, up to a 4X in t-shirts. Our t-shirts, this is one, this is a 2X. They are more on the slim fit side. They are unisex. So if you are typically, let's say, a 2X in women's clothing, then you would go down a size if you want like a more relaxed fit. If you, but for our, and even that's true for our slim fit, because all of our customers do go down still a size for just more relaxed fit. And then most people want to do oversized for sweatshirts, so you have that wider range. So if you are like, for instance, you wear a 4X in women's clothing, you can still, wear a nice, wear our 4X and have a nice oversized look, or a 5X and still have a good oversized look. So yeah, it's really roomy, spacious.
Unity collection.
Now in the Unity collection, we do only go up to a 3X, and the pieces, the joggers are slim fit. And then so are the sweatshirts and the hoodies. Yeah, so those are.
Keep going. Keep going.
No. Go.
Well, I was gonna say, so you just have to make sure, like when you're shopping the brand, that you're actually paying attention to the size ranges. So there's different silhouettes and fits based off of the availability. Now, you mentioned that you're going to be working on some outerwear. What else could we expect to see from Jolie Noir?
So we do have some other things. We have not, because we've not really been talking about them.
I think we should say it.
She loves to drop all of the gems, because we've talked to our team and we're like, well, we're not really gonna. I wasn't supposed to say anything about the outerwear either, but so we just.
I'm just doing it at it. You just conversationally we're talking.
You'll get the exclusive. So we are working on a bag. We're working on a weekender bag. So we are going to be in your traveling life. It's super cute. We just actually sourced all of the pieces, and we are about to go into production with our second round of our sample. And hopefully it's one. So
I mean, this is great, and I like how you're like pacing yourself, right? So you're not trying to come out with like a whole bunch of things and then kind of leave people like, where are you? Who are you? You're kind of slowly growing and taking your time with this collection. And so, like, what would you say then, if you, like, from all what you've learned, especially now during the Rona, like you're building your community and your followers, like, what would you say to that aspiring business owner who is probably struggling or has an idea they've been sitting on but haven't really like done anything with it? What would you tell them after kind of experiencing this?
To make sure that you're consistent and accountable to the work. Most of it's as simple as that. There's no special science to it, no special method to becoming a great business owner. You just have to do the work. And we can tell you that from our own experience. The first year that we started, the first year we started, we set it to the side because of the other things that we had going on. But it wasn't until the next year that we, put the work in. And you have to have a great niche and a great product as well. But I mean, still, if you can gather people who love you and have a team of people or a fan base or a group of people who love you, and you continue to put out put love into whatever it is that you do, whatever your product is, then they'll buy into it, and you continue to do it. They'll spread the word about it, and that's what we learn.
Yeah,
definitely. What about you, Kim?
Yeah, I would say to get, if you're not, get planful or remain planful if you are, because that's the way that we were able to really pivot business last year, because we had a plan, we had a game plan. Of course, it wasn't the game plan that we wanted, but we were able to do that, and make something of it. And then also, I say don't ever get married to anything that you have, because we've had designs that have not done well at all. Thankfully, with Printful, it wasn't such a high risk, but still we had to invest some sort of money in it. And, of course, when you invest money into something, you're like, oh, no, this has to go. But your customer, your consumer will tell you a lot of times which way you really need to go.
Listen
and so,
listen
to them. Listen to your consumer. Listen to yourself.
That's
too.
real.
Yeah, listen
That's
to your
real.
consumer. Yeah, they will tell you. Mm-hmm.
And together and separately, like, what does your support system look like?
Well, actually, the past year or so, I've really started introducing Jolie Noir to my support system, which is the gospel community. So in the beginning, they were all like, what's Jolie Noir? They don't know nothing about it. So,
Right.
like, having to break this down to them, it's been kind of hard, but for them to see celebrities such as Raz B or Coco from SWV or Q Parker from 112, they get that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta learn how to place what they know in front of them, and they know those things. So that's what I've done. Is shown them how far we've pushed this, how far we've, really worked this. And for them to be able to see, noteworthy people in it, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, y'all doing something, and
yeah, and also we're a support system, of course, for each other.
Yeah.
We not only bounce ideas off of each other, but we encourage each other. We do have a business consultant, and our mom is also our third partner. She does our I know, right? She does like all of our finance stuff, and she's our financial backing. She gave us our startup money for it. And then, so I know, right? And then she has her group of friends that she, kind of uses as a support system. And then I have mine as well. Yeah. And of course, much prayer.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot going on.
And so how do you like, what is the, I guess, guiding light to keep you going? Like your why? Like what, I guess, like that's let me start there. What is your why with this? Because it's important that as we're sharing and introducing, like folks understand why it's important to have that why, because that's what's going to fuel everything else that you do in your journey. Can you share a little bit more? I know you mentioned women's empowerment, but can you dig into that a little bit?
Yeah. So for me, the why is, I have a couple. So I've always wanted to have a clothing line. So that's my why. Like something that I've always wanted to do. It's always been a passion of mine. As you can tell, I'm in fashion. So that just naturally, that fits there. But also just seeing all of the women and men, because our Unity collection, we just launched kind of a unisex piece to our site. So it's not just for women, because not only Black women have struggles and, insecurities, Black men have told us that they've been empowered by our message. And, so it's not just the women, but we get so many messages about how we are really encouraging people and touching people, not even just for their color, for their size.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot. And of course, being plus size Black women, we are the outliers of outliers. We wear glasses, we're heavy set, and we're Black. It's like we have to keep going. Like I will always advocate for us, because it's like this gives me something to wear that I love, that's highly fashionable. So it's like I'm still a representation of our of the people that we serve. Yeah.
So let me ask you then, so being fat, Black, and you also are both women of faith, and you are also kind of, acknowledging like where you are, where the country is, and where your goals are. Like, how do you see, and I'm going to ask this to Keyondra because you didn't answer the other one, but I interrupted, so let's just go with it. Where do you see like Julie Noir like 5 years from now? Like, how do you see that journey?
Wow. I see.
I'm challenging you. I want you to think about that. Like, and you've already seen it. So I just say it. I already know you've seen it. So say it.
Well, definitely being a part of a Forbes list, or something like that. Actually, they have said that Black women in business are basically we're the forerunners. Like we're the ones who are yeah. And so to be able to see something like that's very inspiring. So it helps us to push even harder. But I mean, when we see the back office and how things are growing, yeah, that's very possible in the next 5 years, as well as just continual growth, and finally finding, and hopefully you understand this in other business owners, finally finding our demographic girl, because of course there are so many supporters and so many people who love what it is that we do, but then there's like this one girl or this one set of women, who is like, that's the one. She'll buy anything. She'll eat it up. I don't care what it is. She supports the mission, the brand, Keyondra and Kim. We want that girl. We want all of our girls. We love and support or love with the support from all of our tribe. But there's this one girl who, no matter what, she gonna always shop with us, gonna always be down for Jolie Noir. She gonna stand for Jolie Noir. We want to find that girl, you know. And so I feel like in the next 5 years, we'll for sure have that girl. And I hope nobody.
Listen to me. I believe it. I believe it. The way you said that with such conviction, like I feel like you've already spoken it into existence. Like I believe you. I believe you. So do me a favor, because we're at 30 minutes already. If you can't believe it or not. It went fast, right? So and tell everyone where they can find you, where they can follow you, and how they can contact you.
Okay. Well, please follow us on all of our social media. That's at Jolie X Noir. That's the blog page. At Jolie X Noir Apparel is the apparel page. And of course, go to our website and shop, www.joliexnoir.com, JOLIEXNOIRE.com. And we chat back, so you can comment and we'll always, say whatever it is that we got to say. So we don't mind. Please follow me on all of my social media. That's at Keyondra Lockett. I got a blue check, but I still talk back. Okay. And yeah.
And I'm Keys to Lux Light on all social media.
Say that one more time, because you actually said that really fast.
I'm Keys to Lux Life on all of my social media.
Thank you. And you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys for watching in the audience. Again, we are here with the Locket Sisters behind Jolie Noir. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Okay, Jolie Noir. They are a business that has really been growing, and it's in spite of the Rona. And they've just shared with us their journey, what to expect, how to support, what they're up to, and how you can support them. So we'll be back next week with another guest. We come and do these every week around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're interviewing different guests, chatting about the journey of business. And we will catch you guys next week again. I'm Marie Janae, the creator of The Curvy Fashionista. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, ladies, for joining us. You guys have an amazing day. Bye.